Welcome to Fact Frenzy, where we dive into the most fascinating facts and mind blowing mysteries from around the world. In today's episode, we're taking a deep look into the human body's limits. How long can you live without the essentials food, water, sleep, or even sunlight? What happens to your body when these basic needs are taken away? Let's break down the science of survival and discover just how far the human body can go. Fact number one: how long can you survive without food? The human body is resilient, but when it comes to food, our energy reserves are finite. How long can you live without food? The answer depends on several factors, including your overall health, body fat, and hydration levels. On average, most people can survive without food for about 30 to 40 days. During this time, the body uses stored fat, muscle tissue, and other reserves for energy. But as time passes, your body enters starvation mode, breaking down muscle for protein. Eventually, the lack of nutrients causes vital organs to fail. The longest recorded case of survival without food? In 1965, a man in Scotland, under medical supervision, fasted for 382 days, surviving solely on water, vitamins, and minerals. However, this is an extreme case and should never be attempted without professional guidance. Fact number two: how long can you survive without water? Water is even more essential than food. The human body is made up of about 60% water, and it plays a critical role in every function, from regulating temperature to transporting nutrients. Without water, dehydration sets in quickly. Most people can survive without water for 3 to 7 days, depending on environmental factors such as heat, humidity, and physical activity. However, after just 24 hours without water, the body begins to show signs of dehydration, including dizziness, headaches, and fatigue. By day 3, severe dehydration can cause organ failure, leading to death if not treated. In hot climates, this timeline shortens significantly. In extreme heat, people have been known to succumb to dehydration in as little as 24 to 48 hours. So while you can stretch food deprivation for weeks, water is something your body can't do without for long. Fact number 3: how long can you survive without sleep? Sleep is a vital part of maintaining brain function, emotional stability, and overall health. But what happens when you don't sleep? The longest anyone has ever gone without sleep was 11 days, set by Randy Gardner in 1964. Gardner, then a high school student, stayed awake for 264 hours as part of a science experiment. While he didn't die from lack of sleep, the effects were severe: hallucinations, memory loss, slurred speech, and paranoia. Prolonged sleep deprivation can lead to severe cognitive impairment, psychosis, and eventually death. However, in controlled experiments, rats deprived of sleep for extended periods died after about 2 weeks. In humans, total sleep deprivation would likely be fatal after 2 to 3 weeks, as the brain begins to shut down vital bodily functions. Sleep is not just a luxury, it's an absolute necessity for survival. Fact number 4: how long can you live without sunlight? You might not think of sunlight as a critical need, but it plays a fundamental role in our health. Sunlight provides us with vitamin D, which helps our body absorb calcium and keep bones strong. It also regulates our circadian rhythm, the internal clock that tells us when to wake up and when to sleep. Living without sunlight for extended periods can have serious effects on your health. People who live in environments with little to no sunlight, such as during long winters in polar regions, can suffer from seasonal affective disorder, SAD, a form of depression linked to lack of sunlight. Without enough sunlight, your body can also experience a drop in vitamin D, leading to bone loss, muscle weakness, and even an increased risk of certain diseases. However, humans can technically live without sunlight indefinitely, as long as they receive proper nutrition, vitamin D supplements, and maintain a balanced sleep-wake cycle. But living in total darkness can severely impact your mental health and mood, making life without sunlight not just physically challenging, but emotionally draining. Fact number 5: how long can you survive without air? Unlike food, water, sleep, or sunlight, air is something you can't go without for more than a few minutes. Most people can hold their breath for 1 to 2 minutes before their body forces them to take a breath. However, trained individuals like free divers can hold their breath for significantly longer. The world record for holding one's breath was set by Elise Segura in 2016, 24 minutes and 3 seconds. But for most people, brain damage begins after about 4 to 6 minutes of oxygen deprivation. After 10 minutes without air, irreversible brain damage occurs, and survival becomes nearly impossible. Fact number 6, the body's survival mechanisms. Our bodies are equipped with incredible survival mechanisms to cope with extreme conditions. When deprived of food, the body enters ketosis, where it burns fat for energy. When water is scarce, the body conserves fluids, reducing urine output and sweat. During sleep deprivation, the brain may force microsleeps, short bursts of unconsciousness lasting just seconds, to keep functioning. But despite these incredible adaptations, the human body has its limits, and pushing beyond them can result in irreversible damage or death. So, how long can you live without food, water, sleep, or sunlight? While the body can stretch its limits under extreme circumstances, the answer is clear. These essentials are critical to life. Whether you're stuck in the wild, facing survival challenges, or simply wondering about the science of the human body, one thing is for sure: our basic needs are what keep us going. That's it for today's episode of Fact Frenzy. If you enjoyed learning about the limits of human survival, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more incredible facts from around the world.